This is the 2022 Mini Cooper SE, which means it's all electric. Actually, for 2022, there are some very minor updates compared to 2021, which we reviewed obviously last year. So let's see what the differences are. Well, first of all, it still has a small one. And I'm, of course, referring to the range. It will only do between 150 to 180 kilometers. That's pretty optimistic. In winter, it's going to be like 120 to 140. So it doesn't go very far, but it does charge pretty quickly. So if you're the kind of person that does run and gun, like little excursions from the home, like run errands and stuff like that, or you don't drive very long one shot, this actually can be the perfect little car for you. Powering this little electric Mini is, of course, an electric motor driving the front wheels. It makes 181 horsepower and 199 pound-feet of torque. It's a single-speed automatic, so it's really easy to drive. You can also set the regen to low or high, so you can do one-pedal driving. The battery pack is 32.64 kilowatt hours, but only 28.9 are usable. It supports DC fast charging up to 50 kilowatts. And at home, using my amazing X5 connected Flow home charger, at 30 amps, I was able to do a full charge from almost 0 to 100 in just 3.5 hours. That's pretty good. Prices for this all-electric Cooper start at 40,490 Canadian dollars. As tested, our car has the Premier Plus line, and it's $49,000. This is one of the cheapest electric cars you can buy today, and it does qualify for the full $5,000 federal rebate if you're in Canada. In terms of competition, there's not much out there. I mean, maybe the Kia Soul EV has the character and kind of like the package to match this, although it does have a quite longer range, and it's not as premium as this. So if you think of small premium electric cars, at least for now, this is a category of its own. Pedal to the metal, 0 to 100 kilometers an hour comes in just 7 seconds. Power delivery is instantaneous in any driving mode, so I'm normal now, and whoa, it's a very peppy car, okay? Like, performance-wise, nobody will be disappointed unless you live in Germany and you have the Autobahn, because there, top speed is limited to 150 kilometers an hour, which is not very much. In Canada, that's enough to get you arrested and impound the car and whatever, so it's plenty fast. The brakes feel really good. There's no big step between regen and actual brake pads. From 100 kilometers an hour, it came to a complete stop in 41 meters, which is not bad at all, knowing that it's a little bit heavier than a regular Cooper. As I mentioned before, the range is not the strongest selling point on this car. I mean, 150 to 180 kilometers is an optimistic value. I mean, for myself, with my daily commute, that means I could go about 2.5 days without charging it. So, personally, it works for me. Some people that commute longer, look at something like a Hyundai Kona, for example, that can go almost 400 kilometers, or a Nissan Leaf. You lose the character and the premium feel, but range is usually a trade-off. The one thing I love about the electric Cooper in this implementation is the small battery has a big advantage, and that is it doesn't ruin handling. This thing still handles like a little go-kart. Grip limits are crazy high. It's very playful, so you can do lift-off oversteer. It's amazing, and you know what? The front regen thing almost works like a limited slip differential under braking. I really like the way this thing drives. It has no torque steer. It's so much fun. I mean, if you want a fun electric car, this is it. Yeehaw! It's so much fun. This thing is so nimble and agile. I mean, I love that it's so small and it's still quite light. It's just under 1.5 tons, but you can do like, woohoo! You can do all that shit. Ride comfort is also pretty good. I mean, they have tuned the dampers to a little bit stiffer than they could have been. I mean, it needs to be a sporty ride. So as you can see, at slow speeds, over bumps, it's not the most comfortable car in the world, but it's far from being uncomfortable. I mean, it's totally fine. And once speed picks up, then it's like really, really good. But you know what? You have to... Woo! I mean, I'd rather have that than ride comfort, so we're good. The one thing to mention is that dynamic dampers are not available on the EV. So that's a shame, because they're only $500 in minis, and that would be a great option to have here. The interior is very well put together. For 2022, there are some spot treatments in terms of quality, so the overall feel is much improved now. Soft to the touch materials have been used almost all over the place. Fit and finish is fantastic. There are absolutely no unwanted noises like squeaks or rattles. Ergonomically, everything is pretty simple to figure out. The design is all completely mini. You still get the all-digital instrument cluster, the very nice screen in the middle, the heads-up display is very nice and clear, and completely new for 2022 are the steering wheel controls that are now flat buttons, and the volume knob in the center console. When you twist it, the logo for the volume doesn't go with it. So thank you very much, because I'm really OCD about that button. I hate when the logo turns. In terms of technology, you get everything you absolutely need. A very good sound system, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, automatic climate control, heated seats. You get a very basic lane keep assist, which is more than adequate. You do get a heated steering wheel, which I love now in minis. And you also get something very annoying that's underneath the passenger seat. It's probably the heat pump or some cooling system for the batteries, because especially when you have the seat all the way to the back, you can hear it. It's like a little chirping sound. So freaking annoying. However, the seat, the insulation of the seat itself, once you bring it a bit forward, now you can't hear it much, which is great. Oh, look. I'm rolling backwards. Huh. The front seats are very comfortable. They support the body really well. I really like this leather, the quilt thing on it. Really nice looking. The rear seats are comfortable, but have absolutely no legroom. I'm 5'10" and a half and literally leave no space behind me. I can consider this car a 3-seater. So with my kids, I have 2 kids. I put one in the front seat, one right behind them, and I kind of share the distance in the middle, so they're kind of comfortable. With 4 people in here and myself driving, it wouldn't work. Now, if you're shorter or you can drive a bit closer, then you might occasionally make it work. But for the most part, consider this to be a 2+2. The trunk is not too bad. It offers 246 liters of capacity. It has some extra space underneath the floor, usually to store your power cord. The rear seats do fall down, so in terms of practicality, this isn't too bad. The exterior style is my favorite thing about this Mini. I love the standard front LED lights, the standard Union Jack rear lights. I really like the way this car is optioned with this color, which is a $500 option, by the way. I love these neon glowing mirror caps and all these yellow stuff, the badge. I really like these wheels, which are pretty basic but pretty cute. And of course, you do get a double panoramic sunroof. This Mini is exactly the same size as a regular 3-door Mini, other than the fact that its heart is now running on batteries. So the conclusion overall is that the electric Mini is A, the cheapest electric car you can buy right now, at least in Canada. B, the short range, yes, is not such an issue because it charges also really quickly. So even you can go to the mall and have it fully charged in like a couple of hours. You can go to a DC fast charger and do a 0 to 80% charge in just 35 minutes. So the range isn't going to be a problem for everybody. However, the handling is something that everybody's going to enjoy. And you know what? Bottom line, you're driving a Mini. Everybody likes a Mini. So what if it has a small one? The range. So for 2022 versus 2021, it is a little bit more expensive. It does have spot treatments to make it a little bit nicer. Overall, I still love it. I still think it's really worth the money. So if you want it, go ahead and buy it. Most importantly, if you like this video, share it with your friends. Till next time, be well.
Perfect.